Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna, Sri Krishna. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. How long should we continue our spiritual practice? This is a common question is asked. How long should we keep on chanting Lord's name? How much pranayam we should do? How many times we should sit for meditation? Spiritual life is not a time-bound military drill. It is 24/7. Spiritual life is not a part-time profession. It is a full-time preoccupation. And therefore, in the fifth mantra, the Upanishad says, if you want, you repeat after me, otherwise forget. Tavadeva nirodhavyam yavad hrudigatam kshayam etajnanam cha dhyanam cha sheshunyascha vistaraha naiva chintyam na chachintyam na chintyam chintyameva tata pakshapata vidhirmuktam brahma sampadyate tada. Tavadeva nirodhavyam yavat hrudi, it is not hrudi, it should be hrudi. Yavat hrudi gatam kshayam. One has to continue keeping the mind silent. Control of mind means what? Control of mind has two facets. Number one, the mind is disciplined. Once I went to somebody's house, one of my professional requirements. And then after I reached there, so the husband, wife and their most indisciplined child. When there is only one child, ekameva dvitiya neha nanasti neha mamasti neha chachasti. That only one child is a spoiled one always. Doesn't listen. So when I went there, the mother and father tells, Beta, Swamiji aaye, please do namaskar. And he became Vivekananda. Why should I? Again, please do namaskar. And there was a competition between the son and the parents. And I was standing there on the, near the door. I said, Baba, I am holding my feet in my hand, do namaskar. Let me get it. We have to have a disciplined mind. Without the mind being disciplined, it cannot be controlled. See, friends. And what is the discipline of the mind? Discipline of the mind is available to us wherever we want. That is the discipline. Control of the mind is not switching off the mind. It is sleep. No, the mind is available to us whenever we want. It is for this purpose, various techniques are given. One of the technique is when you are sitting quiet and observing your breathing. See, sit quiet and then close your eyes. First, observe your breathing. The air goes in, air goes out. Air goes in, air goes out. Be attentive. Breathing is not done. Breathing is happening. With that happening, when we associate ourselves, nobody or as an individuality is not born. When you do something, for example, if you do pranayam, pranayam is done. Breathing is not done. Breathing happens. So when you do pranayam, you will be tired. See? Suppose I am your yoga guru, and then I want to punish you because you are very lazy. So what punishment will I give? Do 21,000 pranayam, anulom vilom. Oh God, I will break my nose into pieces. 21,000 times. Why? Because I am doing. Whenever you do anything in life, you are tired. See, has anybody ever said that I was sleeping for 8 hours, damn tired now? Because sleep is not done. In the sleep, the doer of the sleep is not born. Sleep happens. Wherever there are efforts, an agency is involved. And that agent gets tired. See? Like those who are hard of hearing, they have to put lot of efforts to listen. And after 5 minutes, 7 minutes, they get tired. When they get tired, yad gatva na nivartante taddhama paramamamo. They are tired. And such people, it's not that they don't have interest. One gets tired. And those who are having normal hearing, they don't get tired because efforts are not put. So wherever efforts are put, I is born. Where I is born, the jiva, the soul, the ego is created. See friends, get this point across. We are born as man or woman. As man and woman, we are never miserable. Because that is a natural condition. We have not done anything. Birth has happened. Can anybody say, I am born? There are people they say, I am a self-made man. Like the amoeba, by binary fission I am born. We don't create ourselves, it happens. But thereafter, we get married. And when marriage happens, marriage doesn't happen, marriage is done. And therefore, husband is born. And who is miserable? Man is never miserable. And husband is never happy. See friends, just get this point across. Therefore, controlling the mind means when we become aware of breathing, the breathing is happening, you are not doing anything special. So simply sit quiet and try. How many times you can be aware of your breathing? It is for this purpose, this mala is given in your hand by the Mahatmas. We take the mala, it has got 108 beads. How these 108 beads have come, you know? Not for putting in a bag and taking this, tarjani outside and then constantly giving jhatka to that mala because it gets entangled. Because in that bag, in addition to the mala, there is bidi, machis and money. And it gets entangled. So, we breathe 15 times per minute. If you calculate, in 24 hours, we breathe 216 times. So out of 24 hours, 12 hours gone, night. So forget about it. So 108 100 times. If you make a mala 108 100 times with such a huge mala, there are some people, they call it hajara. Huge mala is hanging in a bag, big bag, and they are on ram, 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 ram. They are doing it. So instead of having such a huge mala, we are given the short form of the mala, abbreviated, edition, 108. 2 zeros are given. And then we are told, chant Lord's name with every beat. Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om, Hari Om. Means what? Every breath we must be aware of. Friends, we all have two channels. One is the Jnana Shakti and second is Kriya Shakti. See? Chitta Vayavaha Chit Kriyayuta Shakhayor Dvai Shakti Mulaka. Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, there are two potentialities in us, everyone. One is Jnana Shakti, second is Kriya Shakti. And both of them are the manifestation of a common root. That common root is the pure consciousness. See? Now, take this example. These two fingers originate from a common point called as my palm. You know why I am showing like this thing? I am not showing like this. Because once I was trying to explain something and there was some palmist sitting in the front. Instead of listening to me, line maar raha. So from that time onward I show like this thing. So, when these two lines originate from the common point, they cannot be parallel. They will have an angle. And as you go away from the source, origin, the difference between the two lines will start increasing. And as you come nearer to the source of the origin of the two lines, the difference starts minimizing. This principle is clear. Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti. Remaining aware of is Jnana Shakti. And prana, the breathing, is Kriya Shakti. So what is happening? The Jnana Shakti and Kriya Shakti, they are in tune with each other. The net result is, we start migrating from the periphery of our personality to the center of our personality. See? It is for this purpose. Mind has to be disciplined first. Discipline the mind. So how do we discipline? Let us have certain disciplined lifestyle. When we get up, when we sleep, what we talk, what we don't talk. Before talking, is it necessary to talk? Many places, कहना नहीं चाहिए, लेकिन कह देती हूँ. अरे बाबा, when you know you should not talk, why don't you keep your mouth shut? See, friends, one has to have that discipline. Unless required, we should not talk. Number one. Second thing, before talking, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? If you are sincere, 99% cases, you will get a reply, not necessary. See, many times we talk, it is not necessary. And second thing, when we remain aware, am I talking to myself? So the moment you become aware, you are talking to yourself, immediately start chanting. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Or start singing some song. Any song, cinema song, or bhajan, kirtan, doesn't matter. Then that obsession of talking to yourself will stop. So, control of the mind means for discipline the mind. When we do the japa, it is only for disciplining the mind. Disciplined mind is an altar where God manifests. See, friends. And when you are chanting, try this way. Suppose you are chanting, take the Lord's name 3 times, no dissimilar thought should come. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. And the moment you feel some thought is coming, again fire the bullet. Sri Ram, Jai Ram, Jai Jai Ram. In this manner, first get control over the mind for chanting 3 times without any dissimilar thought intercepting in between. Then increase your own stamina. Make it 5 times, make it 8 times, make it 10 times. And slowly the mind will be available to us. So first discipline the mind. And when discipline is to be exercised, one has to be very rude with oneself. No means no. According to some psychology, they say, we should not suppress our mind, our thoughts. It is abnormal. When the Westerner spoke to me in one of the meetings, in yoga conferences, so I said, okay, I agree with you. No, I have decided also not to suppress the mind. So now I am thinking, I should give a blow on your nose in such a manner that the nose should come from the backside. If I suppress that, it will be abnormality for me. So let it be abnormality for you. Okay, and give one. See, friends, first suppression under compulsion, followed by education of the mind, will lead to the sublimation of the mind. Begin with suppression. But don't keep there itself. Then educate the mind. See, friends, this is the way. Till this happens, continue practice. Therefore, tavadeva nirodhavyam yavad hruti gatam kshayam. And in this manner, slowly, slowly, the mind will kshayam gatam. It will die. Be attentive. Death of the mind means what? I told you there are 2 aspects of the mind. One is the healthy aspect, and second is the habitual aspect. The habitual aspect is detrimental. So if you are listening me, you are listening through your mind, which is the healthy aspect. But while listening, if your mind is constantly commenting, sometimes he says like that, sometimes he says like that, I don't know what he has to say and I get confused. Why these people are saying like that? Then that is the projection of the mind. So killing the mind means suspension of the old habit of projecting about everything. See, friends. Then our mind becomes like a mirror. Mirror is always in the present. Mirror doesn't have the past. Mirror doesn't have the future. And the more you start living in the present, you are at peace with yourself. See? Our condition is like what? A man got married to 2 girls and both of them held his hand and pulling in their own direction. What will be the condition of that man? In the same manner, our mind is pulled in the past memories or the future worries. And we are like, the churning rod, constantly frustrated. Therefore, the mind's death means drop this old habit. Now, what are our habits that we have developed from childhood? Number one, we keep on evaluating the world. Number two, we go on labeling the world. Number three, we go on assessing whether it is required or not required. These habits have to be stopped. The ultimate message given by Bhagavan Sri Krishna in Bhagavad Mahapuran to Uddhavji before he left this world, the ultimate message is this. When Uddhavji says, "Oh Lord, when you go, what will I do? I cannot live without you." So the Lord said, "Enough is enough, now listen what I am telling you." Then he says, "Don't stay in one place, keep moving. Rolling stones don't gather moss and mass. Both. Keep moving." Number two, when you are moving in this world, do not comment on anything or anybody. Do not evaluate anybody. See? Do not ask anybody to come and do not ask anybody to go. And then the teacher gives the reason why this is the lifestyle to be lived. Be very attentive. Bhagavan says, whenever we comment, evaluate, talk about something, we have given a status of reality to that. See? Now understand this through one example. Once I was in Gujarat, Bhavnagar, and in a small ashram, they called me because that evening I had just come and no lecture. Next day was the lecture. So they came. "Swami, please come." I said, "Okay, I'll come. I have to pass time somewhere, I'll pass it." So 5 o'clock. I said, "Okay, 5 o'clock." So we reached 5 o'clock. And there were hardly 5-6 people there. I said, "Let us start." "No, Swami, people have not come." I said, "Who cares? We have decided to start 5 o'clock, we start 5 o'clock. No, we told 6 o'clock actually to the people." "Then why did you tell me 5 o'clock?" No, we wanted to spend some time with you." "Oh, you are very intelligent." Then I asked, I said, "Who is that Honda car?" So "Please come. I want to see one gadget in that." I was thinking about it. I said, "Rest of you sit here, okay, I'm just coming." He took his car, we went, I sat inside, I said, "Start the car, go out of the ashram, we'll come at 6 o'clock. They wanted to act smart with me. And then where to go? I said, "Take anywhere, but not in the ashram." So there is one small temple. I said, "Let's go to temple." I don't mind. Evening time, sun was on the backside, in front Lord Shiva, and in between me, and my shadow fell on the Shiva Linga. Will I say, better than me is my shadow? How lucky. Directly going and touching Lord Shiva, and I am outside. Then after darshan was over, I went just to spend time in that open yard. So I was standing, I am the same, the sun is the same, the shadow is the same, and that time one doggy came. We cannot use the word kutta, it is meant for human beings. So one doggy came. And then what the doggy will do? First of all, he has done the Sashtang Pranam, then Atma Pradakshina, and then Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Maha-Abhishek on my shadow. Will I say, "Oh God, what is this?" Neither will I glory my shadow falling on the Shivalinga, nor I will ever think or condemn a dog has come and done his job on my shadow. Why? Because shadow is not taken as real, is it not? Get this point. Therefore, there is nothing in this world worth wasting our time to comment on anybody or anything. We are here only for a time pass. Don't become serious about life. See? When we were not here, was anything lacking? When we will go, nothing will be lacking, I guarantee. If you don't believe, go. See? So when our absence doesn't make any difference, will our presence make any difference? But we feel, Konyosti sadrusho maya. Who is like me? I have done this thing, I have done this thing. See, friends. That is why old people have this funny notion. Swamiji, I don't know. These days I am very much worried about death and all that. One old man told me. I said, don't worry, I promise you, you will die. Guarantee. So, no, not that way. After I die, what will happen to my wife, my children, my business? Same question. I said, you ask them. They will reply, go. We are waiting. See, friends, nobody is required in this world. With this understanding, lead your life cheerfully and happy. There is nothing worth in this world to cry about. God has created us only to dispense happiness and bliss. That is the only purpose, no other purpose. So, tavadeva nirodhavyam. And when the mind is thus disciplined and educated, that mind is controlled mind. Nirodha is controlled mind. Etas jnanam cha dhyanam cha. This is what is called as knowledge. See? Knowledge is not remembering all the scriptures by heart. That is not knowledge. If that is knowledge, every MP3 will be the wisest one. MP Trayananda. Only remembering or talking on scriptures is not knowledge. But when the mind is available to us whenever you want, you switch on, switch off. Any moment. Our condition is like the old ambassador car. You know old ambassador cars? Every part of that vehicle is to make noise except the horn. And when you start, suppose you are going down the hill and you press the brake is applied after 10 minutes. By then accident will happen. Exactly this is what happens with our mind. The mind starts, but it cannot stop. See? Therefore, only killing the mind does not mean we take drinks and drugs. No. The mind is fully available to us. We are the master. Swami means master of his mind. So, etas jnanam cha, dhyanam cha. And this is called as meditation. Meditation is not sitting in one posture. Swamiji, since I started yoga, I can sit now without any movement for 5 minutes. The other one, 5 minutes. I can sit for half an hour. When this fellow says, I can sit for half an hour, our Indian buffalo says, I can sit for 8 hours. Simply sitting in one posture is not meditation. See, friends, don't do meditation. Live in meditation 24/7. Dukkheshu anudvignamanaha. Sukheshu vigataspruhaha vitaranga bhayakrodha stitadihi muni uchyate. Bhagavad Gita says. There should be steadiness in the wisdom, not steadiness in the body. Wisdom should be steady. See? Tejas vina vadhitamastu. Whatever we have studied, it should be available to us whenever it is required. Normally, we come across this kind of statements, Swamiji, we know everything, we have heard everything, but you have to delete that butting. See, if we have understood, then how can we go wrong? See, if a child comes and puts his hand in the electric socket, gets a shock, he deserves sympathy, compassion, love. But if an educated electrical engineer tells, I don't know what happens, whenever I see the holes, I feel like putting my fingers, and I put and I get shocked, what should I do? He deserves ridicule, not sympathy. In the same manner, those who have never attended satsanga, if they are going the wrong way, they deserve sympathy. But those who are professional satsangi, who is a professional satsangi? Any Mahatma coming, they are the challenge to the Mahatma. So many have come and gone, tried to improve upon me. Narayana. Friends. Therefore, those who have attained satsanga, you have lost your freedom of becoming miserable. You cannot. Don't justify. Yet the people justify. One lady told me in Bombay, very angry she became after my satsang was over, and people come and do namaskar. She came and she virtually wanted to catch my collar, therefore I don't have collar. And she said, what is there for you all the time? Be happy, be happy, be happy. Get married and show, be happy. Meaning what? Marriage is a license to be miserable. Tathastu. Continue. See, friends. Therefore, Tavadeva nirodhavyam yavad hridigatam kshayam etas jnanam cha dhyanam cha. This is called as knowledge, this is called as wisdom, this is called as meditation. And sheshaha anyacha vistara. All other things are only drama, it has no meaning. It is expansion only. Many times people come and ask us, Swamiji, which mala should I take for doing japa? So I tell them, take Vaijanti mala. Best one. So give mala in her hand and tell her, Vaijanti mala, start. People do that. They appoint the Pandit ji to do japa for themselves. पंडित जी मृत्युंजय का जप कर लेना, महामृत्युंजय, ओके. सेठ जी दक्षिणा, you people are very greedy, money. Take 1 rupee. Mahamrutyunjay japa for longevity. At what cost? 1 rupee. That means what is the quality and value of his life? 1 rupee. So, but that Sethji turns and Panditji says, Sethji, jap is over. How come so quickly? 1 crore times? 1 rupee mein aise hi hota hai. This is the quality at 1 rupee. See? It is something like, the Chinese goods. Therefore, etas jnanam cha dhyanam cha shesha anyascha vistaraha. All other things are secondary. Doesn't matter what clothes you put on. Doesn't matter what mala you put on, doesn't matter what signs are on your face. Whether there is a period, full stop, whether there are railway lines, whether there are electric posts, whether there is a U, doesn't matter. What matters is you are at peace with yourself and you are not a problem to yourself. Atmaiva atmano bandhu, atmaiva ripur atmana. See, one British Airways air hostess invited me for her marriage. I said, I cannot come. After marriage, you get that poor fellow and we'll see. So she came with her husband. And I had one Rudraksha that time in my hand. I said, okay, take this thread and put around your neck. Swamiji, blessing? I said, okay, blessing. May you protect yourself from yourself. What kind of blessing? I said, this is the best blessing. We are our real enemy in life. If we become miserable in life, it is more because of ourselves than because of others. We only go on imagining. I think he doesn't like me. He never talks to me. To others, he will hug and but to me, And to ask them, Acha, you are there, I didn't even see. I am so sorry. Our mind is only playing tricks. Therefore, Anya, all other things are secondary. Spiritual practice is mind your mind. Work on the mind. Now, with such a disciplined and educated mind is now employed for higher inquiry. See, friends, as only health cannot be the goal of life. Many people give undue importance to health. Sharira madhyam khalu dharma sadhanam. Body should be healthy. It should be healthy, no doubt. But that cannot be the goal of life. On the contrary, when you have got diseases, it is a blessing to the society. Have you seen any terrorist unhealthy? All healthy people are terrorists. And a person who has got some or the other problem, knee problem, back problem, any time you go to them, Swami, kya ho gaya? In the morning when I got up, there was such a terrible pain. And their demonstration is so live that you start getting the pain. So, unhealthy person is busy with himself. He doesn't bother others. And those who are healthy, they trouble others. Only body health cannot be the goal of life. Similarly, only quiet mind cannot be the goal of life. To have a very beautiful, expensive car. Very good. Then, I keep that car in the garage. In the morning I get up, clean it properly. With the cloth, go inside the rim of the wheels and clean properly. And then put the chandanam, pushpam, arati, close the garage, go by public transport to work. And come in the evening. After coming, again open the garage, again do the arati. Om Jai Jagadish Hare. Car is meant to be used in the same manner. We have disciplined and educated the mind for what purpose? It is only a means. It is not the goal. Bhagavan Shankara says, Samprapte sannihite kale nahi rakshati dukrum karane. Language is a means. Transfer of knowledge is the goal. It doesn't matter in what language you talk. What matters is what you talk. That is important. See? So the discrimination between the means and the goal must be clear. So mind, discipline, education, thereafter control of the mind. So this controlled mind is a means. It cannot be the goal. See, friends. Then what is the goal of this mind? Now, employ this mind for inquiry. If mind is expressing through the eyes as vision, through the ears as hearing ability, etc., the mind is different from the structural aspect on the gross body. When the body dies or there is a deep sleep, mind continues to exist. So who is this I? Who is embodied, living in the body and functioning through the body? Who is this? So normally we come to understand, like for every shoe there is a soul, separate soul. In the same way, for every body, Kerala, for every body there is a separate soul. And when you go to Goa, they make a soul curry. Highly spiritual people. So the soul is what? Who am I? If I am not the body, this inquiry begins. So this mind is disciplined and quietened so that it is capable of inquiry. We use our mind for complaining. दुनिया बनाने वाले काहे को दुनिया बनाई. तू परेशान क्यों? No other purpose. Don't complain. Now, this mind is employed for inquiry. Who is this reality? What is this reality? Whence this reality? In the next mantra, it is said, Naiva chintyam na cha chintyam na chintyam chintameva tat. Naiva chintyan, you cannot think about the reality. Oh, thank God. Na achintyam, that does not mean you should not think about the reality. Ram. You cannot think about the reality, that does not mean you should not think about the reality. Then, chintyam, you should think. What should you think? Then you cannot think about it. In Kenopanishad, a beautiful thought comes. There the student asks a question, Kene shitam patati preshitam manaha, etc. What is that because of which the mind is able to function in its field, the prana in its field, the senses in their field, etc. What is that? The teacher says, it is the eye of the eye, ear of the ear, nose of the nose, mind of the mind, intellect of the intellect. Can you show me that? The student asks. Teacher says, no. Na tatra chakshur gacchati, na vag gacchati, na manaha, na vidma. All these faculties are important there. And na vidmaha yatha etad anushishyat. And we don't know how to teach also. Come on, sir, don't do like that. I have come to you to learn. Okay, I'll tell you what my Guru told me. My Guru told, Anya devatat viditat atha aviditat adi. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. What is the truth is not told. The truth is other than the known and the unknown. Yes. The student starts scratching. Again the teacher gives him some data. Yan manasana manute yena ahur manomatam tadeva brahmatvam vidhi nedam yedidam upasate. That because of which the mind is able to think, but that which cannot be thought of by the mind, that is the reality, and that reality thou art. Tat brahmatvam eva vidhi. That is what you are. And not this ganti bajao. Nedam yedidam upasate. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 verses. And then the teacher looks at the student. And the student becomes smart. Yes, I have really understood. And the teacher bangs him. Yadi mannese suvedeti daharmevapi nunam tvam vetha brahmano rupam. If you think that you are understood very well, you are dumb. Because I told you, it cannot be understood. How did you understand? Then go, reflect again. So the student goes and comes back. And again says the same thing. Manne vididam. Yes, I have understood. And he tells how I have understood. Naham mannesu vedeti, nona vedeti vedacha, yonas tadveda tadveda, nona vedeti vedacha. I have understood in such a manner that it cannot be understood. In this manner I have understood. And he who understands in this manner that it cannot be understood, he alone has understood. This is how I have understood. Same thought here. See friends. Naiva chintyam, na cha achintyam, na chintyam chintyameva tat. See friends. Therefore, if we stop the mind from reflection, it will go to sleep. See friends. Mind requires some support. Mind cannot exist without data. Either forms or words, sounds. Therefore, one of the technique is expose yourself to utter sound, utter silence, not sound. When silence becomes the object of perception, we have already dropped the ears. Because ears cannot hear the silence. Ears can hear only the sounds. So when we listen to the sound, the ears are functional. But when we listen to the silence, ears are dropped. And what is hearing ability? Mind expressing through the ears. When the ears are dropped, we have reached the mind. Words, sounds are many. Absence of sounds is one. Words have many varieties. Silence or absence of the sound is not with many varieties, it is but one. So, first with the japa, we train the mind. Then we drop the words, the sounds. Then we come to the mind. And in this mind, then we come to discover that which is supporting the sound and its absence is beyond presence and absence. Etadvaitat Kathopanishad, this is that. Naiva chintyam na chachintyam na chintyam chintyameva tat. Then pakshapata vinirmuktam. Then the truth is beyond the presence and absence of thoughts. See, many seekers suffer unnecessarily, and their suffering is, whenever I sit for meditation, too many thoughts come in the mind, what should I do? First of all, inquire. When you go to the doctor, will you complain to the doctor, Doctor Saab, whenever I open my eyes, I can see everything very well. We don't complain that way. Eyes are meant for seeing. When we go to the ENT fellow, you know ENT, I told you earlier, he who catches your ear and asks you to pay through nose, if you don't, he cuts your throat, is ENT. So we go to the ENT and do we tell him that Akshav, I can hear properly with my ears. That is not a complaint. If we cannot hear, complain. If we cannot see, then abnormality. In the same manner, thoughts come in the mind. Naturally, thoughts will not come in the nose to blow away. Thoughts are not a problem. Getting identified with the thoughts, getting carried away by the thought, that is the problem. See, friends. Therefore, pakshapata vinirmuktam. Whether there is a thought or no thought, it makes no difference. See, it is something like this, you know. Space supports all the forms. Now suppose we are here about 200. If another 200 people come here, will there be a burden for the space? If all of us leave the hall, will there be a loss for the space? Think. Loss and gain doesn't affect the space, and without the space, no form is possible. In the same manner, whether it is experience of waking or dream, there is no gain to this pure conscious reality. And whether it is a deep sleep or samadhi, there is no loss. See, like in a space, the dark clouds come And rain, it is like the waking experience. Then, second, the white clouds come, only noise, no rains, like a dream. Then third, dark night. We don't know whether clouds are there or not, like a deep sleep. And the Nirabhra Akash, the cloudless blue sky, like the Samadhi. Will these four conditions influence the space? See? Mattaha smriti jnanam apohanancha vedaisya sarvai ahameva vedyaha. In 15th chapter, Bhagavan says, it is in me alone the waking experiences happen, they disappear. Dream experiences happen, they go away. The deep sleep experience happen, it also disappears. The Samadhi also comes and goes, but I continue to be the same. This eternal self is the one which is expressing through every body as mind. See, friends. Therefore, mind is not individual entity. Mind is just a phenomena. Like the electrical energy expressing through the bulb as light. Light is not individuality. Bulbs may be individual, but light is a common factor. In the same manner, our bodies may be individual, but the mind is common. See, friends. And when we thus merge with the total mind, then out of an ordinary person, a great master is born. We are concerned with reference to our body, our relations, our possessions. Great masters are able to identify with the totality. Shankar Maharaj told me to go tomorrow to Shirdi Sai Baba's temple. I said, okay, I am a choiceless existence. In that book of him, there is a story. One evening, he was sitting in his masjid and one of his devotees came. Lady, old day working in the field, not like today's world, those days, more than 100 years or so. So she came and said, Baba, how are you? Bless me. A blessing later. First of all, get me something to eat. I am very hungry. So that poor lady runs, prepares chapati, or not a gas stove or microwave, but with the traditional way, nothing was available those days. With great difficulty she prepares and brings and gives him in a plate. He does not take one bite. The same plate he gives to a dog who was standing near him. The dog was very happy, wagging the tail and eating the food. This lady gets angry. You told me you are hungry, you made me run, and not even taking one bite, give it to the dog. So the great master tells, Amma, principle of hunger is common. Whether it is a hunger of a rich man or a hunger of a poor man, whether it is a hunger of a human being or a hunger of a carnivorous animal, whether it is a hunger of a frog or it is a hunger of a snake. Hunger is a common principle, like vision is a common principle for all living beings. See, friends, anatomy is a common principle for all living beings. See, it's not my anatomy is Indian. What about you? Oh, my American anatomy. No. The one who is thus merged with the totality, he alone has transcended the mind. And when we thus transcend the mind, then alone we are able to live through the mind and never live as the mind. Therefore, pakshapata vidirmuktam. Such a person, he has no worries about any kind of thought that passes through the mind. Normally what happens, I don't know, I had very bad thoughts, good. There is nothing like bad and good thoughts. If you get identified, then there is a problem. See? There was a man who decided, no gunda should walk in front of my house. Because I am a pious man, on the road, no bad person should go. And therefore, he took a danda in his hand and was standing in front of his house. People thought he is a gunda. See? Mind is mind. Do not expect. You will not have bad thoughts in your mind. Do not expect that you will love everybody. Do not expect that you will not hate anybody. Let it happen, who cares? As you listen to my satsanga, in the same manner, listen to your mind. Because listening to satsanga doesn't change you. When you listen to the mind, why do you change? Asangoham, remain indifferent. See? The gift God has given all of us is this gift. Don't try to forgive. Forget. Forgetfulness is the highest gift God has given us. Practice this. Try to forget. Take money from somebody. He will have to worry. You relax. अच्छा लिए थे मुझे तो याद ही नहीं. Therefore, pakshapata vidirmuktam. Be attentive. When we thus work on our mind, how do we know that we are working properly on the mind? Two things happen. Number one, there will be no burden of guilt on our mind. No guilty feeling about anything what has happened in the past. In the old age, there are two burdens that we carry. Kimahagam sadhuna karavam. Kimaham papam akaravam iti. Taittiriya Upanishad tells. That when I was young, why did I go the wrong way? When I was young, why I did not do the right things? So in the old age, this burden of guilt kills a man because he has all the time at his disposal, and whenever we have done something wrong, purposely, our intensity of activity was very high, and whatever we do intensely, it is difficult to forget. See? If you are driving a road every day, good part of the road you will never remember. But where there is a speed breaker or some kind of, you will always remember that. Think, friends. Therefore, these two things should be deleted from the mind. One, the guilt. Don't be guilty about anything. About the past, there is only one thing we can do. Highlight, select, shift, delete. You cannot undo. That is the only way. But we keep on carrying. But why? Just to make you miserable it happened. What next? See, friend, therefore, the real spiritual practice is start living in the utter present. Don't bother about the past and don't worry about the future. And the more you are in the present, you are one with the divine. Spiritual life is only this much. I am not giving you any mala in your hand. Not telling you go to that temple and hit Nariyal on the head of Hanumanji. No. That is the Hanumanji sitting, the Gada. Somebody throws the Nariyal, the coconut. Narayana. Pakshapata vidurmuktam brahma sampadhyate tatha. Therefore, the truth is beyond knowing and not knowing. Neither you can say, I don't know, nor can you say, I know. One example is given in the scriptures. They say, if somebody says this statement, is it possible? The statement is, I have no tongue in my mouth. Can somebody say this statement? A person who has the tongue, if he says this statement, he is speaking lies. Without the tongue, how can you talk? And the one who doesn't have the tongue in the mouth, he will never say. Because he has no tongue to talk. In the same manner, to say that I don't know Paramatma is something like that. I don't know myself. Therefore, the ultimate is remain in the actual present. Don't worry about anything. All the spiritual practices remain in the present. Remain in the present. Mind is born when importance is given to the past and the future. In the deep sleep, mind dissolves. Because in deep sleep, there is neither past nor future. When past and future is not there, there is happiness. Today I received one email, the foolishness of the attorneys in America. A very big, beautiful jokes. One attorney asked the witness, Doctor, if somebody dies in sleep, he will not know. He will come to know about it. Only when he wakes up, is it not? So the witness said, who made you attorney? Reply, he prays. Therefore, there is nothing to worry. Be utterly present in the simple present. Relax, relax. At this moment, you are one with the Lord. If you look within, you are neither man nor woman, neither rich nor poor, neither happy nor unhappy. You just are. And when we just live for time pass, in time pass, you transcend the time. There is still time for food, okay? 20 minutes more, Swamiji. Okay. Then what will I do? I have to pass time 20 minutes. Okay, then I will go for a walk and come. Do you think I am going for a walk for the sake of health? Till the food is ready, I have to suffer all the time. In the same manner, what we are doing till we die, we go here and there. Nothing else. Just waiting. One day I was sitting having a cup of tea. When I take my cup of tea, that is my meditation. And if the tea is prepared by me, then I enjoy. If prepared by others, then I suffer. So I was enjoying my tea. And that very time, one lady came. Swamiji, what are you doing? I said, I was waiting for my death. Swamiji, don't say that. I said, no, waiting is over. You have come, bolo. Ditiya toi bhavam bhavati. Narayana. Now, how do we practice this, remaining in the utter present? Seventh mantra. Svarena sandhayet yogam aswaram bhavayet param asvarena anubhavena bhavo va bhavayishyate Svarena sandhayet yogam. In this Amrita Bindu Upanishad, the mantra is Om. See? Bindunada kalatitam tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. How many times you must have said? What is the Bindunada Kala? Bindu is the beginning. Then the beginning is Bindu. It explodes in Nada, the sound. And the sound creates vibrations, creating Kala, the form. Be very attentive. Space is called technically as Akash. And space is responsible for both form and the name. The root out of which this Akasha word is formed is Kash. Kash means dipto. Kash means to illuminate. That which is illuminating. Therefore, Prakasha. So, Kasha, Prakasha, light. So, the sound illuminates the world and the Akasha also gives space to the forms. So, the space is meant for supporting both name and form. And what is the world? World is nothing but name and form. Asti bhati priya nama rupa iti pancha amshakam adyatrayam brahma rupam jagad rupam tadodvayam. Asti, existence, bhati, illuminating, priya, happiness, Satchidananda, that is Brahman. Nama Rupa, it is Jagat, it is the world. Jagat means that which is subject to change, is Jagat. So names and forms keep on changing. But the reality remains ever the same. Therefore, this Om is taken as the mantra. Om. The first mechanical things are told. So, Swarena Sandhed Yogam. First of all, when you sit quiet, then chant Om. But don't chant without understanding and proper technique. Many times they chant Om, oh, not like that. See? When you keep your mouth open, oh, you create disturbance in the society. Then, lengthen your ma. When we lengthen the ma, the sound vibrations, they permeate throughout our body, in and through all the cells of the body. And when the cells permeate through the body becomes recharged, like, be attentive, like 2 pieces of iron. You put them in 2 containers containing the iron files and lift them out. A magnet will bring along with it a lot of files, the other piece will come alone. Now, what is the difference between the two? In case of magnet, all the molecules are properly arranged, organized. In case of the iron piece, the molecules are not properly organized. Then what we do? We take this iron piece and rub it in one direction against the magnet. This will reorganize the atoms in that iron piece, and then the dormant magnetic field will be invoked in that piece of iron. Exactly the same way. Presently, our mind is shattered in time, space and object. It is like an ordinary iron piece. So, we take the magnet of Omkara, Om, and rub our mind against it in one direction. As a result, our mind will become oriented towards the self. Now it is totally disintegrated in time, space and object. So we chant wrong chanting and right chanting. Wrong chanting first. Oh, as if we are scolding the poor God. In the right chanting, extend the ma. Swarena Sandhair Yogam. Repeat it few times. So our attention was on the sound and the effect of the sound which will be experienced by us. For Swarena Sandhair Yogam. Param Aswaram Bhavayet. The second step. So first of all, our focus is on the sound. In Panchadashi, it is said, Dirgham Pranavam Ucharya Manorajyam Viliyate. Many of us do not have problems of worldly desires. Worldly desires we are satiated. Good house, good wife, good husband, good everything is fine. Now, I don't know, I feel very no interest in anything. Is it dispassion? No, it is depression. We have to have interest in life 24/7. Depression and dispassion, they look alike. Both of them have withdrawal symptom. But depression is a disease. Dispassion is a healthy condition of the mind. When you stop taking sugar because the doctor advised you, and when you stop taking sugar because of your free will, there is a difference. So first of all, we chant this long Om. Then with that, Manorajyam, our habitual thinking is slowly quietened down. Whenever you feel too much of thoughts coming, go and sit before the Lord, close the doors before disturbing others, and chant long Om. Dirgham Pranavam Ucharya. Till the time the Om is chanted and the lingering effect of the Om continues, mind will become quiet. This condition is like what? When we are ironing our clothes, we sprinkle little water so that the wrinkles become soft. And then we move the istri. You know istri? In UP, they cannot say sir without adding E. So istar, istyle. Similarly, they cannot say stri, istri. Both of them are hot. So first of all, we sprinkle little water so the wrinkles become soft, and on that soft wrinkles, we move the iron box, is it not? In the same manner, the wrinkles of disturbances in the form of the thoughts, they are softened by Swarena Sandhair Yogam. Thereafter, Aswaram Bhavayet Param. Thereafter, now focus your attention on the silence that follows the Swara, the Omkar. Now, be attentive. I'll chant fast so that you can catch it. Now first, sound. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. Sound. Now focus attention on the silence. Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram, Sri Ram. See at this moment the quality of your mind. You are not done pranayam, you are not done yoga, you are not done charity, you are not offered any prasad. Svarena sandhait yogam, asvarena bhavait param, asvarena anubhavena. And when we are thus firmly established in this silence that follows the sound, we have not yet completed the job. Such people who give too much importance to the silence, a little bit of sound becomes a tremendous disturbance for them. And then, in their meditation class, they have a board outside. Meditation in progress, take detour. And inside the hall, there will be no light. Switch off. And the switch is near the Babaji. He switches off everything. Everybody is sitting inside. Absolute darkness. But why darkness? So that the student and the teacher can go to sleep. And when meditation is over, everybody is awakened. हाँ अच्छा हो गया. क्या? नींद. See friends, that is not. First, conquer the sound. Second, recognize the silence. Third, go beyond the sound and the silence. These are the three stages. We all like peace. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And that Shanti Shanti makes more Shanti. Friends. Because peace or disturbances, they are only in the mind. Therefore, we have to go beyond the mind. And therefore, first, we work on the mind by the effect of sound. Then, we work on the mind by exposing the mind to the silence. So, what the mind is doing? Mind has made first sound as an object, then silence as an object. In both these cases, mind is objective. We have not dropped the mind. But when sound and silence are equal, then we have transcended the mind. Therefore, too many do's and don'ts when we attach to our spiritual life. We get caught up only in that. That is required in KG1, KG2, KG3. But can we continue to be in KG1 throughout life? A 40-year-old man, you ask him, what are you doing? I am in KG1. Hare Ram Ram. Kab to bade ho? Therefore, Svarenanubhaveno bhavo va abhava ishyate. Then we are able to clearly recognize that we are beyond the presence and absence of the sounds or anything in life. This is going beyond the mind. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.